Now, it's 8 figures, so that could be 10 million or 99 million.
Right.
Correct? That's the 8 figures. And she's going to have her own shoe.
If Caitlin Clark is the quote-unquote savior, if she's the golden girl, milk it.
Reality is knocking on the door of the porta potty. The truth is finally coming to the light.
It's genius to be able to sign her up, because think of all of the girls and women out there who loved Caitlin Clark, going to continue to follow her in the WNBA.
5 right now, Clark. With the step back deep 2, money. That takes care of one category.
Caitlin Clark had a reputation for excellence when she joined the WNBA, but there were some doubters. Ben asked whether her success in college basketball would translate to the professional ranks, and this is what they came for. Oh my goodness, from players making jokes during press conferences to harsh criticism in the media and persistent social media trolls, Caitlin has had to deal with it all.
I'm rookie leader in points, assists, and three-pointers. There is exceeding expectations, and then there is whatever Caitlin Clark continues to do in her rookie season in the WNBA.
The dispute around technical foul in an intense August 2024 game against the Connecticut Sun. One of the more surprising incidents in Caitlin Clark's debut season came from a referee rather than a player. Do you believe the tea was justified? After she slapped the padding on the back of the hoop in frustration, Clark was given a technical foul. The call seemed harsh, especially considering how mild her reaction was during the post-game press conference. Clark expressed her shock, stating that the referee thought her action was unsportsmanlike conduct.
I got a technical for basically being mad at myself because I missed the 3 and then I went and hit the backboard. And he told me it was disrespectful to the game of basketball. So where I said, damn it, where it's like a personal frustration, had nothing to do with my team, had nothing to do with their reffing, had nothing to do with others.
Many supporters and commentators concurred that technical was dubious, particularly for a player like Clark, who is renowned for maintaining her composure rather than allowing the situation to get to her. Caitlin used that resentment as motivation to help her team win, scoring 23 points and dishing out 9 assists.
Gotta be really sharp right here. No game slippage. Clark on the drive. Clark lays it in.
This was only a brief look at how Caitlin deals with hardship in the WNBA. Rather than arguing or losing focus, she lets her game speak for her, as she did against Diana Taurasi in the next Diana Taurasi tournament. Before Caitlin even took the court for her first professional game, she had already caught the attention of NBA legend Diana Taurasi in a February 2024 interview. When asked about the influx of young talent entering the league, including Clark, she responded with a now famous statement: "Have the ball in your hands the entire game? Oh no, quote." There are layers to this phenomenon, and you will see it on the NBA side as well. You appear superhuman while playing against 18-year-olds, but it's a whole different story when you face mature ladies who have played in this league for a long time. Rather of simply answering, many interpreted this comment as a crude shot at Clark, suggesting that the rising star could find it difficult to compete in the WNBA. Once more, Caitlin let her performance speak for itself.
Revived here in the second half. Clark with the show and go. Mitchell, the 3-ball.
When Clark first faced Terry's Phoenix Mercury in June 2024, she didn't just show up. She put on a strong show, scoring 15 points, pulling down 9 rebounds, and dishing out a game-high 12 assists to help the Indiana Fever win 88-82.
And that'll do it. The Indiana Fevers storm into the desert.
However, Clark wasn't finished. In their second encounter in July, she scored 20 points, dished out 13 assists, pulled down 6 rebounds, and displayed yet another fever. In their third and last game of the regular season in August, Caitlin put the finishing touch on the victory by scoring 29 points, handing out 10 assists, and grabbing 5 rebounds, helping the Fever win again by a score of 95-86.
Oh, buries a 3. Samuelson beats the buzzer.
Despite Taza's preseason remarks, Clark demonstrated that she wasn't just prepared for the WNBA, she was already one of its rising stars, handling hate on social media, and everything is incredible. As you can imagine, Caitlin's brief career has been nothing but pressure and a lot of things thrown at her, but she continues to show up and improves with each game. As a result, the social media backlash following the Las Vegas Aces game was harsh, especially for a well-known athlete like Caitlin Clark. One of the harshest online outbursts of criticism Clark experienced occurred following an Indiana Fever blowout loss to the powerhouse Las Vegas Aces in July 2024, with a final score of 92-71, disappointing Fever supporters.
Amazing. What Caitlin's been able to do in her short career so far has just been, it's been a lot of pressure, a lot of things thrown at her, and she keeps showing up and keeps getting better every single game.
By her standards, Mark had a poor night, grabbing 6 rebounds, 11 assists, and 13 points on 4 of 12 shots. Because Aces guard Kelsey Plum dominated the game with 34 points on Twitter and other platforms, her performance was closely examined. Many critics dubbed her overrated, claiming she couldn't compete with the NBA's best guards. While some questioned whether Caitlin Clark could lead her team against elite talent, Clark remained silent, at least verbally, and responded in the only way she knows how, by helping Plum on the court, who combined for 42 of Vegas's 61 points. 4 days later, Clark made history against the New York Liberty, earning her first trip of her career. Even more amazing, she became the first rookie in WNBA history to record a triple-double, finishing the game with 19 points, 13 assists, and 12 rebounds. Her performance broke Indiana's AME losing streak to New York, sending a strong message to her detractors to question her at your own peril. Angel Reese had been hearing this message for a while. The renewed rivalry between Angel Reese and the rivalry between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, which started in college and continued into the WNBA with Reese playing for the Chicago Sky and Clark leading the Indiana Fever, has crossed paths several times this season, and each time the tension is evident. In their first meeting of the 2024 season, Clark didn't have her best game, scoring 11 points, grabbing 8 rebounds, and dishing out 6 assists, but the Fever managed to win 71-70, giving Indiana its first home victory of the season. Reese, who is always outspoken in the media, expressed her dissatisfaction with Clark's performance, saying in a post-game interview, "She got lucky this time. We'll see how she handles real pressure next time." As usual, Clark chose to save her energy for the upcoming game in June, where she scored 23 points, 9 assists, and 8 rebounds, leading the team to another victory over the Sky. This time, Clark was the one speaking as her game reached its zenith in August, when Chicago finally defeated Indiana by a slim margin of 1 point. Despite the defeat, Clark still had a fantastic game, finishing with 17 points, 6 rebounds, and 13 assists. Reese made sure to publicly celebrate the win, but Clark once again let her performance speak for itself, concentrating on her and her squad. This competition isn't going away anytime soon, and as long as both players keep pushing one another, the league will benefit.
Yes, exactly. And it's good business for the league. It's good for the players.
After a string of defeats in June and July, many fans and analysts questioned whether Caitlin Clark, the team's leader, could lead a struggling team. In one particularly noteworthy episode, a prominent WNBA analyst said during a broadcast that Caitlin Clark is a generational talent, but right now the Indiana Fever need a leader who can make everyone around her better, end quote. The implication was clear. Rather than taking the criticism personally, Clark used it as motivation.
9 points in the first half. Smith gets blocked.
I can't see her saying that.
Transition lock, Mitch.
Play in the games that followed, and in a crucial game against the Dallas Wings in late July, she not only scored but also served as a facilitator and defensive leader. Clark scored 22 points and pulled down 9 rebounds in addition to dishing out a season-high 15 assists. The Fever won 88-83, demonstrating that Clark wasn't only about the highlights and that she could elevate her entire squad when it counted. Ever then, Clark's leadership has remained strong, stifling many of the critics who questioned her capacity to manage a professional club.
Finish behind the back again for Clark. Give her another assist and a chance for a 3-point.
Especially Caitlin Clark fans that love Caitlin's game, and Caitlin is having a phenomenal season. But what I want people to think about is FIBA and international basketball is 10 times more physical.
In conclusion, Caitlin Clark's first season in the WNBA has been difficult due to obstacles from rivals like Angel, the media, and referees like Diana Taurasi. Reese Clark has had her share of detractors, but each time they try to undermine her, she rises to the occasion. This season has demonstrated to us that Caitlin Clark is not only incredibly talented, but also resilient. No amount of trash talk media scrutiny or criticism can stop her. On the contrary, it seems to only make her stronger. If you're among those who doubt her, keep in mind that she's coming for you and bringing her best. Tell us in the comments which of these moments you believe best exemplified Caitlin Clark, and we'll see you in the next video.